Hello, this is Sunny, the Urban Diva, and today I'm coming at you with a Sunni Special, which is um, 10 myths of living in the projects. And well, I would think some people be like, why would I care? But a lot of times when someone is misinformed, they make really silly assumptions and generalizations, which was based off my first introduction of who I am. So I decided to touch on the myths of living in the projects. Some 10 myths. Number one, rent is cheap. There's no salary cap, which is totally went out with the WAP. That stopped in the maybe almost 20 years ago, where you know the rent before wouldn't exceed a certain amount for a certain size apartment. But since late 90s, early 2000, that's changed to where it goes according to your income. It goes 30% of what you make. So there's people that live in the projects that pay like $1,200 and $1,500, a month to rent where they live. Now, it's then that would be a whole nother debate on, oh, I went and do that. This is all that this is what I'm saying is individual life, and I'm just throwing out these things so you don't have to just assume things. It's this random strain. I don't know. It just keep hitting me. Okay, but sorry. That has nothing to do with. Uh, it's basically free to live in the projects. That's not true. But this is the thing though. The good thing about living in the projects is that it's a safety net. So if you lost the job that was making a lot of money and your income changed, your rent changed. So if you was renting a home or something that didn't have or had a mortgage, if your finances change, your living arrangements usually change. So that's number one. Number two, all people in the projects don't work or receive food stamps. Totally not true. Again, because I don't know the stats, but that's not true. A lot of people work, go to school, do their thing, hustle. It's like, and of course you got the percentage that is the typical or would be like what would feed this whole theory. But even those, they're becoming a smaller and smaller statistic because you can't live like that. You won't be able to survive. Okay, number three, ghetto. Here is, a lot of people think because you live in the projects, you're ghetto. You talk a certain way, you dress a certain way, you act a certain way. And that's not true. I've seen some ghetto shit in homes, side blocks. It's ghetto shit everywhere, and living in the projects does not necessarily mean that you're ghetto. Like, for instance, my kids don't even talk like me. My kids, they would be assumed as bougie and I don't even respect that. I just feel like when you're educated and your vocabulary is expands, you could speak on very well. You don't have to use just profanity and they're better with it. And I appreciate that. Lets me know I did my job. This is just don't have nothing to do with the project. This is in life. You really want your kids to exceed you and do better than you. So as far as ghetto and projects, they're not hands in hand. Some hood shit in the projects, but it's hood shit in the hood. Okay. Number four, no ambition, creativity, and as we know, it's not true. You have to creativity is what elevates you out of this. So, it's the home of the hustle, it's the home of the swag. That's what the projects is. Anyway, number, what are we up to? Number 5, no two-parent households. There's no married folks in the projects. That's, again, not true. Now, I've seen a lot of married folks in the projects. Now, I don't know what they pay in rent. I don't know what it says on their lease because I ain't that nosy. But what I do know is that however they finagle or whatever they doing to keep their family together, it's being done in the projects too. You know, it's done. And I commend those who do that. They don't let that Claudine bullshit get up in here. If you don't know Claudine, Google that shit. Um, Number 6, dirty, bummy. Yes, there's bums in the projects. Yes, it's bums. Like I said, this goes for everybody. Don't put that in the projects. A lot of times I see people when they talk shit about bum shit, they'll say, "Oh, that's that project shit," and I be like, "Why you gotta blame it on the hood? Why you gotta blame it on the projects? Just say that's that bum shit." Because then you sit there and you could put it to a trailer park. You could put it to a row house, a dirty little block. You could put it to anything. So what I'm trying to say is that, because even on nowadays with the New York City housing regulations, they be busting down crazy inspections. Like they want to look in the crib and make sure, look up in your apartment, make sure stuff is up to code. You know, so you can't be all pulling those stunts. And as I recall on A&E, them hoarding shows, them enough seasons of it, they be in houses. I seen a project a couple of times, but they usually be in houses where it be like to the attic, to the cellar shit. You know what I'm saying? And as far as housing is concerned, I could definitely like speak for myself and for other like people that I know. You live in a close confound, so you gotta really like think for your neighbor and protect yourself from your neighbor. So you gotta keep your shit clean. And if you like living amongst where you don't know what your neighbor's doing in their apartment, you gotta protect your out like your whole surrounding to keep your stuff in order. Because the unfortunate thing about living in close confounds, you can keep your apartment clean as a whistle, but if it's a dirty motherfucker next door, above you, or below you, you're gonna reap their little friends and rodents. You're gonna. It just doesn't. It doesn't matter, you know, because that's some project shit. And that I could really give that to the projects, but that also go if you live in a tenement building or a small building. If you have a nasty neighbor, you're gonna pay for that. Sorry, unfortunately. Okay, we up to number 7. Everybody living in the projects is not fighters and criminals. That's not that. That's it's just not. Some really good, hard-working, church-going, school, law-abiding citizens in the projects. Okay, I'm one of them. Number 8, can't maintain a house or a home. Now, most people I know from the projects who lived in the projects when they retire or get some money and they move out of town or upstate or etc., they get a house, they get a home, and they maintain it. But I don't know too many. See, one thing I know is the old saying: a lot of poor people could be rich, but can rich people be poor? I think they'll jump off a couple of bridges, and I also think that a lot of people can't maintain in different situations. That's why they should be more educated. You know. Number 9, we conveniently copied for clout. I know a few people like on social media or in the alternate ego life, they'll claim my hood, my old hood, because I'm in a different hood. They claim my old hood just because it rang bells. They'll claim my own hood gangster, like the gangster dudes that rang bells and people heard of them. But that's when the projects is convenient. I'm gonna get my cousin from the project to come kick your ass. Ain't that convenient? Mm-hmm. Number 10, we don't care about our neighborhood. It's not on some, oh, this is my neighborhood, like it's a set. It's that we don't like pissy elevators and shitty staircases and violence and crime. It's like, for those who never had experience living in the projects and things been good for them their whole life, that's amazing. Wish you all I'm commend you on the blessings in life. But when you're not aware of something, you don't even have to do your knowledge, do no research, because you don't really have to care that much. All I'm saying is that don't say that unless you have more information. Because everything that you seeing on TV or movies or whatever you get your information, or you heard from your blackest friend, I don't know, or your hoodest friend, because it's not just us black folks. See, I'm in a very diverse city, so it's everybody's Asian, Caucasian, Hispanic, okay, Latino, black, uh, from Africa, from the West Indies, yeah, all that. It's a melting pot, and everybody from different working class, different goals, different. But the difference what I see in the projects is that usually we let everybody live and let live, because we all know it's heavier consequences when you interfere with that. And that's the way it is in life, but it's just more, you get that lesson quickly in the projects. So I hope that you understand a little bit more about, the projects and subsidized housing or Section 8 or whatever, and you see that is a lot to it. And it's another thing too. It ain't easy to get this. See, people think, oh, I didn't get this over somebody I know. It was a struggle. And even like I said, and then another thing why I'm still like in this apartment is because at the end of the day I'm in a gentrified neighborhood. Super duper gentrified to the point across the street I'm in $1 million neighborhood. It's popping nightlife. I'm in the middle of everything. So it's like where I'm going without a better place to go to. That's my reasons. I can't speak for nobody else. So when somebody say, oh, why are you still in the projects? Same people who say that be like, if I say, okay, yo, I'm leaving and I will put somebody on, you know what I mean? If I said I'll put somebody on this lease or sub project. Well, so that's what I'm saying. It's depends. That's some project. I came from some projects that you don't even step your pinky toe. Step your pinky toe once that sunset. So you take it how you get it. You walk it however you live it. But just be more informed. Because one thing about me, I know money. I might not have it yet, but I know money. So when I get my hands or I see it or I get the connects, I always pay attention. And that's what I'm trying to say, because I don't want anybody to get caught up in some project shit or perpetrating and get, on some Takashi shit. Okay? Peace. Till next time. And no offense to anybody that love him, because I'm not saying it. It's like whoever was the current person that stepped into some shit that they ain't known, wasn't ready for, I'll use their name. Peace. Love. Till next time.